The elections happened last night. Trump picked a guy in Iowa for governor, didn't win. Democrats picked like a moderate that might win in the Senate. And then you have the war, Rubio on Capitol Hill saying the war's over, okay, and they're pressing him on that. So what's the big picture story today that you're following? What's most important?
I think the admission by, in various articles in the Washington Post and the New York Times predominantly, but pretty widespread in other publications, is the admission that our great military a couple of things. Our great thinkers did not anticipate the closure of the Strait of Hormuz to the effectiveness that the Iranians have managed it. The question is, did you not think of, in all the war games and other conflicts we've had with Iran, did you never think that they could close the Strait of Hormuz and use that as a great strategic weapon against the United States and the West? How is it that you missed the obvious? And then people like John Bolton and others say, wait a second, we talked about the Strait of Hormuz every single time we talked about possible conflict with Iran. It boils down to this, Connell. It's that, like Russia, the United States missed the potency of drone warfare. It's the drones. It's about the drones. We expected a fleet of Iranian mine layers to pollute the strait with underwater mines that would make navigation untenable. But that's not what they did. What they did was hone drone warfare, and we should have known, since they have played such a part in providing drones to Russia, Iran, that they had the capability, but we just missed it, apparently. And making operations like my touted Project Freedom, I wanted and I still think that a robust military response to the blockade might be the only way out of this ultimately. But still, what I did not realize, and I think that people did not calculate, was the potency of drone warfare and how effective a $30 or $300, whatever it is, $3,000 killing drone would be against a Navy destroyer, and that is why the closure of the strait has been so effective. That threat of drones, and I think that it has made drone warfare, just thinking about it, and how it's been since 2011. 2012 was my last military assignment. Okay. Since then, warfare has changed completely. You bring the big tanks in, the tank's going to bang. They're going to pop that tank. One thing we talked about during the day in Baghdad and in Kabul and other war-torn cities was how the IED, the improvised explosive devices, a $25 TNT package in the street could disable $1 million tank. We used to talk about it in those days. What we didn't calculate was what has happened now. Now you have a flying object that can lay that same amount of explosive on a tank 300 miles away or 100 miles away. So all the generals and all of their warcraft about, we'll attack from the right and we'll attack from the left, and artillery here and all the rest of it. I don't know what the role of artillery will be going forward, unless you're going to move it after every shot. And bombers, what are you going to bomb? You're going to bomb. I read Dennis Ross saying you have to go door to door these days. Yeah, it's crazy. To stop a guy with drone. Oh, totally. New world, so I think it's a totally new world, and war is going to be much more asymmetrical. I think the medium powers and even some of the lightweights are going to be much more swaggering in terms of the projection of their national interests.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.